Got a casing? Oh, okay.
You're so terrible. Get it! That's terrible.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just shattered that. Pretty taut. Last minute trying to get it done.
Hey, Brad.
16-104-3. We got our lucky pry bar here. It's unfortunate. Tosh, you done it.
My ripping days are over.
Yeah. That came in a while ago. I did cut it, didn't I? Yeah. I have no idea what we're going to do. What the heck? Is them planes over your property again?
Shirley. Who's Shirley?
No cussy slips. Because it's scaring me.
We'll mess it up. Ooh. Mama's donkeys.
It's them Crocs is what's done it.
Ow.
Oh, sorry about your fingers and all. Uncle Rodney's visiting again. Alien chips. Bad Daddy Braddy here.
No. Oh, looky there.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Your what hurts? Underwear waistbands. Stack them up. We got a problem.
We need to Google it. Figuring it out.
Still nothing.
What?
What is the deal?
Don't let Mom drown.
Science, son. Science. Ooh.
Oh, it ain't neither. Sign is your forehead.
Oh, quit. Look at that hyena over there. Bad Daddy Braddy there.
Say it right. Remember, I raised you.
He's the tuna.
Oh, yeah. Get her, dog. Get her. If the channel goes down, we can be dancers. What are you saying, Mom? Cause you go dancing back. Or singers. Mom, you're so extra. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Sleeper Dude YouTube channel. We're back with a 89 Super Coupe that used to be supercharged. Now it's turbocharged, 5-speed Thunderbird that Mom ripped its tater chip in the last time you saw this car. There's no connection anymore between the back of the engine and the drive shaft. So somewhere between the back of the trans and the engine, Mom broke it. I don't know what it is. She did something in there and broke it. So we're about to find out what that is in this video.
Supposedly.
And try to fix it. And we have a week left until Ford Fest starts. So we have got to get this, whatever it is, figured out and get it fixed and back together for Ford Fest. And then we've got to get back on the tuning this thing because we still haven't got it completely sorted out.
That's what we were doing with it.
Yeah, last time you saw it, we switched it over to bigger pump, bigger injectors, switched it over to E85, and we were just trying to sort out the tune. Mom was making all the boots tune in second gear, shifted to third, and broke my tater chip. So we're about to figure out what's wrong with it in this video and get her back apart. We're about to pull the transmission and find out what's wrong. You have to pull the gas tank, it looks like, to drop the drive shaft, to get the transmission out. So we're going to have to pull basically everything out of the bottom.
Oh, gas tank, dropping gas tank twice in a week.
Yeah, I'll be twice this week I'll drop the tank. So
Wonderful.
Let's get to it. Allie, you got your casing with you? Let's see it. Is that your casing? Get it. Get your toy. She didn't know what casing means. She's like, casing? What? Where's the casing? I said toy and she's like, got it. Got a casing? I like that. That's a good look. Why would you carry it that way? You're such a goofball. This video is sponsored by PayPal Honey. You might ask, what's Honey? It's the #1 shopping tool in America. It saves you money on things you already buy. It's super easy to use. You get it for free. It's a little icon on the top of your browser, and when you click that, it's your little buddy that finds promo codes for you for places you already shop, on things you already buy. And who doesn't like saving money on things they're already gonna buy anyway? How fun is that? When there's a coupon, Honey finds discounts of 18% on average. So check this out right here. $180 saw, just click on Honey, saves you 27 bucks. And what guy doesn't need another saw, right? And Honey has over 100,000 5-star reviews on Google. You can add it to your browser for free. Yes, it's free at joinhoney.com/sleeperdude. Don't just go to joinhoney.com, go to joinhoney.com/sleeperdude because that's how you support our channel. So big thank you to Honey for supporting our channel. Now let's get back to the video. I want you to work the clutch, and I'm going to get in there and see what the clutch is doing because there's some sort of lost looseness here we got to figure out. See, here's the deal. The drive shaft goes on top of the fuel tank if you watch the other videos. And look, I'm turning this, and it's turning the hoops in the back, so the rear end's not broke. And if you shift it through the gears, all the gears feel fine. So I'm thinking it's either input shaft or clutch. See, I shouldn't be able to spin this right now because it's in gear, but it's just free spin as if it's in neutral. We got 6 neutrals right now. So I took this plug out. We're looking inside at the pressure plate and throwout bearing. All right, push the clutch in. Okay, so the throwout bearing and all that's still working correctly, it looks like. You can let off. So it's pushing on the clutch. Wawa, spin the drive shaft.
Okay, what is that? I don't know what that is.
You don't know what it is?
No,
That right there is the drive shaft.
Oh, I was right.
You were right.
I was close enough.
I don't know if you can see that in the top corner up there, but the clutch disc is still spinning. You don't have your foot on the clutch, do you, Tosh? Okay. I think we broke a pressure plate on the clutch because there's no reason why the clutch disc should be able to spin freely unless the clutch is disengaged. So I think we broke a pressure plate. We're going to get it apart and find out. Another thing that looks like we broke a pressure plate is you see those 2 ears right there that aren't touching the throwout bearing? Those should be touching the same. So I think we've thrown a spring out or something, broke the pressure plate face or something. We'll find out here in a second. Come on out, Wawa.
I'm trying. So I need creeper.
Should have got the creeper, huh?
You had it.
So I think you broke my pressure plate and clutch somehow.
Is that better than the input shaft?
It depends on how
Is the input
available a
shaft
clutch
okay?
is. I don't know until I get it out. I mean, it's possible you could have broke both.
I think what I did was I had the guts rubbed out of it and then I just dropped it down into neutral.
Well, it shouldn't have hurt anything unless you pushed. I feel like you didn't push the clutch in when you were pushing on the shifter, is what I thought happened.
I just feel like when I was already going to push in the clutch, it didn't feel correct.
Maybe.
I don't know. I did it.
Let's get this transmission out.
Did it to it.
Now, these are tight. This is a 12 millimeter 12 point right here that holds the drive shaft to the rear axle. And I wish this thing had a traditional drive shaft setup where I could just drop it straight down, but I cannot drop it down. I don't know if we can maybe wiggle it around to get it out, but I doubt it without dropping this stupid tank. You ever done the 2-wrench setup? This thing has 2 drive shaft loops. Golly. I feel like I've done this recently. Maybe we can just lower the tank a little bit, you know?
That would be awesome.
Not actually drop it all the way down. Ralphie, do you care to lower this jack down just barely?
Yeah. Okay.
That's good, that's good. Trying to take a little bit of pressure off of it without dropping it all the way. Did that go?
It looks like it's moving good now. You want me to grab hold to it?
No, you done enough. All right, that's gonna work.
So you don't have to drop it all the way?
Oh, there you go. It's out of the transmission. Let's see what our fluid looks like. We might as well drain it before it drains itself on us here in a minute in my lap. See if it's got a bunch of metal in it or anything. Oh, okay. Just about got you there. Just about got you. Didn't expect the distance it has on it. Oh, it looks good in red. I guess it takes transmission fluid. Doesn't really smell toasty roasty or anything. The magnet's pretty fuzzy though. Well, it's a good opportunity to change the fluid, you know? You gotta think positively, guys. We're gonna have to get some more oil dry, huh? What about out? What y'all working on?
It's really like,
Trying to get ready for 4 Fest?
yeah. So this is just like that. Okay, we're good.
Go, go. You're so terrible.
I'm trying.
Get it!
I'm
Single door.
What did you do to it?
I did.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
I just took the starter off and look at all this stuff. We definitely exploded the clutch. So the clutch is just in pieces in here, the clutch disc material.
I told you that clutch didn't feel the same.
We ripped its tater chip for sure.
I guess I did. I knew it didn't feel the same. Why didn't it make noise?
I don't know, it didn't make any noises.
You would think that it would make noise. Grocery shopping, I'm grocery shopping.
Here's your clutch.
Oh my goodness.
That's just what fell out of the starter hole when I took the starter off.
Oh, Lord. That's terrible.
Ralphie would have never done that, maybe.
You probably put it in neutral and thought that was a gear, then you like,
No, I put it in neutral. I guess it didn't like that 6,000 RPM neutral drop. So I took the carb off, cleaned it, and I think it's good now. So we put it back on. We're gonna see if we can try to start it. So that's probably why.
Oh Lord.
Why?
The ignition is on, the choke is on.
Yeah, everything's on.
Wait, how do you? Is it when the choke's on? Is the thing closed or open?
Close.
Close.
Okay, well then.
I'll give up.
Ooh, didn't mean to do that.
What'd you do?
I meant to just loosen it and I took it out. So I've got all but 2 bell housing bolts out. They're 13 millimeter. These are 18 millimeter. They're loose. I just got to take the line loose from the slave cylinder, and I think the transmission will be ready to drop out.
Attempt 101. You better get a helmet if you're going to ride it. How many times has she already wrecked that?
I don't know. She
Twice,
loves
I
riding
think.
though. We've got everything loose, I think, except for this slave cylinder line, and I can't figure out for the life of me how to get it loose. I watched some videos showing you push in like the plastic collar and then it slides out, but that's for like F-150s and Rangers. And I pushed around on this like crazy and not got anywhere. There's no clip I can find. I think it just snaps in there somehow, but I have not been able to figure out how to get it loose yet. I'm still trying to research and figure out how to do it. Everything I found does not work on this. See the pieces falling out of the clutch?
My goodness.
Just shattered that
Thing was
clutch.
old and see, I just was making a test for you. That way, we can get this replaced and you can give it the full send when you get to Ford Fest.
Okay. If we can get a clutch in time. I'm trying to replace the clutch in a Super Coupe, and I thought you might be the only person that would know the answer to it. It's just a plastic line going into a metal fitting. And so I just talked to my friend Will, who's like the Super Coupe guru, and he just says that you pry down this plastic ring and then it should pop out like a, snap together fuel lines, which I thought is how it is from other videos I'd seen from F-150s and stuff, but no matter what I do, it's not working that way. I don't know if mine's messed up or what. I'm gonna keep messing with it, and I really hope I don't break it. I don't know if you can tell, there's a white plastic ring here, and then this is metal, and this is metal, and this is white plastic. And I've been prying on this white plastic ring until the point where I broke it on the side. Everything I'm seeing is saying that's what you pry on, is this plastic ring to get this off, and I'm not having any luck. There's not even like a lip. Like this metal lip is really what you hit first, and I pushed down on it. Nothing. I'm tempted to just pull the trans and see how much slack we have. This thing feels pretty taut though. If you're wondering where the kids are, it's already past their bedtime, so they are already asleep in the house, and we're still out here working tonight, trying to get this thing done in time. It's like, what is this, 3rd event in the row that we went to, and last minute trying to get it done. Nothing's working.
Do you want me to grab hold of something?
I don't know if you need to touch anything on this car, honestly. Why couldn't they just put like a darn fitting that screws on right here? What was so wrong with metal lines that screw together? This stupid hard plastic line, cannot figure out how to get it to release at all.
We got backup. Hey, Brad.
Yeah, that guy from Virginia thought I was Brad because his name was Brad.
I should have looked here earlier, I guess. We're gonna see if we can find anything in this shop manual I have. Maybe we can find something here. Okay, on page 16-104-3 in the service manual, it says to press the white retainer bushing with disconnect tool or equivalent, pulling slightly on the line. If line is to be removed from vehicle, the clutch master cylinder must be removed. It's supposed to be a special tool for this. Doing exactly what I was trying to do, push down that white collar while you pull on the line. So I'm gonna get back under there and try that again. I wish I had special tool number T88T70522-A. Well, I'm pretty fed up, so I'm just gonna try to see if I can sneak it back far enough to get to the clutch without unhooking it, which I think is impossible. We got our lucky pry bar here. It's been through a lot. We're gonna try to pry
Are you
it.
still going on about that stupid pry bar?
Yes, high mileage pry bar. We're gonna try to pry the transmission back. See, I don't know. We're just gonna do it, something. This line's already tight on us. There ain't gonna be no way to do this without that line, take the one off there. So it looks like we do not have the option of trying to sneak it back and just pull the clutch. So we're gonna have to either break this off, which is what it's looking like right now, which I think means I'd have to replace the master cylinder. I don't know, we're gonna have to work at it some more here. This should work from everything I've seen guys saying this should work, and it just hasn't worked.
Do you want me to grab hold to the line while you're pushing down?
I don't know, maybe. Try it now. I don't think it's gonna do anything. Nope. And I believe ours is just completely corroded up over time from this car sitting for years and years. I should be able to push like it on it like that, and that whole white collar slide in, and this black line and metal ring come out, and just nothing is working with that. It's just breaking. Ours is just stuck. It's just corroded up and stuck. And I think we're gonna be replacing this line now, which probably means master cylinder needs to be replaced with it. It's unfortunate, but I think we're about to cut our line. Every bit of our plastic just chipped away on us while we were trying to push down on that. And underneath it, the metal's all just solid corrosion. That's a bad deal.
There goes your deal.
Yeah, that is not a good deal. Stop it going back. Oh, the shifter hanging out.
Shifter's right here. We're hung right here.
Oh, we can go down a little bit in the back.
Yep. No, whoa.
What's holding it?
I can't see yet. It's not the shifter. We cleared it. It's something up front, like probably the input shaft.
What's stopping?
It's just that snout hanging.
Is the top of the bell housing flange hitting the firewall, I'm assuming? Yeah, the top of the bell housing flange is hitting the firewall. It's running right into the firewall.
Oh.
What if we lifted the back of the... Well, we can't. Shifter's in the way.
Shifter's in the way.
Man, I hate to cut that transmission line. We don't even know if we can get one in time or anything, but the thing was all corroded up. That collar should have been sliding when we were pushing on it, and it just wasn't. I left the stub for the shifter in there, and it's hit the floor before we can get the bell housing flange back far enough, so I'm gonna take this loose. All right. Hopefully with that out of the way, that'll give us another 3 or 4 inches. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to get the trans out or not. I think we're really close to getting them out. I think we are out. Hold on. I think the jack's just holding us now.
Yeah, you're good up
that's
here.
Nice. I was worried. Just let it sit down. That's a big transmission.
Yeah, I know it is.
I think this is the same transmission the F-150s had. Look, there's clutch pieces all inside here. Look at all that. Wow. All kinds of clutch. Look at that. Yeah, you did it, Tosh. You done it. You did it real good. The whole clutch disc appears to be in the bottom of this transmission. All right, well, let's get this transmission back out of the way and we'll pull the clutch off. So you can see that the pressure plate is all distorted. We got a partial clutch disc behind it, and that's probably why it looks distorted when you look at it right here. All right, we're on our last 2 bolts here. You'll see what Honey Bunny did. Eat it. Oh, it's heavy. Yep, every bit of it's gone. Look at that. Material's good here. All of it's gone. Wow.
Have you ever done this before?
No, I've never exploded a clutch like that and had it, which it didn't explode. I mean, I have threw a spring out before. I guess I have done this, but I've never had the clutch material come off. Check us out on other platforms at Sleeper Dude 88. We probably, if we can get a machine shop to do it quick, should probably have the flywheel resurfaced while it's apart. It doesn't seem grooved or anything, but see kind of the blueness to it.
Oh, you wouldn't think it got hot. I mean, it just...
Well, I'm saying maybe before we owned it even, you know.
Okay.
Looks like a pretty easy fix.
Is the transmission part okay? Like
The transmission input shaft looks fine. It just,
I think it
see,
worked.
with one side missing, there was no way for this to get clamped anymore. So it was just doing this in there. So you didn't do too bad, honey. You didn't break the inside of the transmission or anything.
Well, that's awesome.
It's like, whatever, 9 something at night now. So we're gonna have to call around in the morning, see if we can get a clutch quick. See if, now we're gonna have to replace our line, which probably includes our master cylinder, maybe even slave cylinder. We might just replace it all, you know,
Sounds
just
like
while
a
we're
good
in
plan.
there. Get us a new clutch and pressure plate. Look at that. That pressure plate's messed up too. Look at it now. it's still out of whack. So we got something broke in the pressure plate as well. I don't know what it is, but something in there is messed up because it should all be even. I only wish that Ralphie was here to roast you.
I know, he's been so upset I messed his car up.
He'll get to see it tomorrow, I guess. This thing ain't gonna be light either. Oh, God. That's it for tonight. I got some really black hands. Me and Dad especially have really some really black hands. So if we hurry, we might could catch the tail end of Jeopardy, you know. Did you TiVo it? We don't have TiVo. We'll get back with you tomorrow, see if we can find a clutch and line and get the flywheel resurfaced tomorrow. Good morning. So we found a machine shop next town over that says they can resurface our flywheel and have it back to us maybe by tonight or in the morning. I searched high and low for a clutch, and as far as performance clutches go, I can only find one thing that I could get quickly. So I'm getting a center force clutch from Summit Racing, paid to have it next day aired. Oh my gosh. So we got a slave cylinder and clutch kit coming from Summit, donkey clutch. We're going to get this resurfaced, and we're about to drive to town to order the master cylinder with the line that I had to cut, because AutoZone's the only place that has it, and they're gonna make me come in person to order it. They can't order it over the phone.
Should be ready to rip.
Should be ready for me to rip it after that.
My ripping days are over.
Yeah, you ripped your tater chip and you can't do it no more. So I just ordered the, what's it called? I just ordered the clutch master cylinder and the line. We're supposed to have that in 2 days. So hopefully in 2 days we'll have everything we need to get this done.
Man.
It's bright and early the next morning. We just went to the machine shop and picked up the flywheel. He got that out for us super quick, so that was awesome. It's good to have a good quick machinist around.
True. It looks great too.
And AutoZone called me, and my master cylinder came in early. They said it was going to be 4 p.m.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
and they called me.
It's shocking.
They never, like, parts stores never call me back when they're like, we'll call you when it comes in.
That came in a while ago.
But anyway, we're going to go get the master cylinder, and we've already got our flywheel, and FedEx says that our clutch and our slave cylinder should be here before noon. So we should be able to start on this thing today early. Good thing I overnighted those parts, huh?
Yes.
So hopefully we can get all this together for Ford Fest, because I'd really love to like get this thing on the dyno at Ford Fest, do some autocross, maybe a little drag racing if I can sneak in there. But I would love to do some stuff like that with this thing running right with the clutch in it. Don't let Mom drive. Well, when we got back home, our clutch and our slave cylinder was waiting on us. So FedEx got it here early. This is the big boy here. We got this clutch that's supposed to have 90% more holding power. Oh my gosh, look at that. What's that? It's got a bracelet. I think what this does is these counterweights push out on this. The faster your engine's turning, the more pressure it puts on your clutch surface. Look, it's even bolted to the box. We have to unbolt it from the box. But they did a real good job resurfacing this. We got our tool. This is what I needed yesterday. I don't honestly think it would have mattered, because I couldn't even get something this wide in there because it was just jammed in place, corroded. So this is the correct tool. So now we have one here. And this little guy here was hard to find. You had to buy the whole master cylinder because it's like a dedicated line. So this is the car. Look, see that? Ours wouldn't move at all. We're gonna have to replace this whole master. What holds it in? Does it just like turn in there? There's no bolts. We'll figure this stuff out in a minute. So we also got some synthetic ATF from Mobil 1. That's what all the forums are saying to use. And they say to use 4 ounces of friction modifier. Well, this is the only thing I could find that said friction modifier. I think Motorcraft makes a friction modifier. It's probably the correct thing to use, but we don't have that. So we're gonna use that right there. All right, we gotta dig into this thing because we gotta leave in 7 days, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, we have 7 days until we have to leave to go to Ford Fest. We're actually leaving that morning, so we really have less than 7 days.
Right.
We really have like 6.5 days. So we got to get to this and get it going. I can't believe it came in bolts.
It's a good looking bolts and washers and stuff.
Oh, like,
We'll have to put them on the shelf.
Let's see what the clutch disc looks like. Ooh, think this one said it. Oh, look at that flywheel side. This is the racing stuff right here. Warranty, stickers. 400 to 500 miles of stop and go street driving before applying full engine power. Yeah, I'll do that. We might should keep that as like a necklace for you or something, you know?
No, thank you.
That's a badge of honor. So this little guy fits on here and slides that back and forth. I wonder if we could replace it with this collar. Like just replace this collar.
You cut the line.
Oh, you're right, aren't you? Yeah, I did cut it, didn't I?
Yeah, you cut it.
It's been a long night. I think we need to start with this guy because this is what I'm most worried about installing.
Yeah.
Because I can't even get to where this is with my hands. I have no idea if I'm going to have to take the master cylinder loose or what. What do you think, Ellie? How hard is that going to be? So here's our reservoir. But where's the master cylinder? Like, I literally can't even see it. It's somewhere down under all this wiring, and
Mess.
we got to figure out how to access this thing and get it out of there. Because this is not a factory master cylinder. This is, somebody's replaced it with a vacuum operated one. They originally had some sort of fancy pants computer one. So we don't have really any access from this side, but when I looked under here, so if you look up here, that is the back side of the clutch master cylinder. So I'm gonna grab a hold of that with some channel locks and give her a turn and try to release it from here. And maybe we can get it out that way without having to get our hands up in there. It appears I have to move this thing clockwise on this side. It's moving. I think that right there should unlock it from the firewall. Now I just gotta figure out how to pull it out of the firewall. So I'm down under the car. This is the clutch line here. From bottom or top, you can't even see this master cylinder. So I have no idea what we're going to do. So I pulled the reservoir out of the way and solenoids and vacuum lines. I have no idea what they do. And down here, you see it down there, that is the clutch master cylinder. So maybe I can get my hands on it now and try to pull this thing out of there. Well, it's definitely loose from the firewall. The rod's not letting it come through. I guess we're going to have to disconnect the rod. I thought the rod would just slide out the back of it because it doesn't look like, maybe there's some sort of clip it locks into it. He knows for sure there's a rat in that engine. There's not a rat in there, I don't think. I don't think there is, Scooter.
That feels good on the old L2.
Oh, yeah, L2, S4 struggling. It's got a little plastic clip that snaps it on there. It came with a new guy here, so I guess I'm going to have to try to get it to pop off there. So I think I have got the rod off there now. I just had to pry on it. What the heck? What are you doing? Is them planes over your property again?
There's a hawk, he's gonna get my stuff.
You think that's gonna work?
Better let him swoop down. You see him?
Here he comes
Look,
back.
footage.
Scared him away.
Yeah!
You told him, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, we got a main wiring harness right in our way because it's reservoir tube. I guess just cut the reservoir tube off, huh?
Yeah,
Might as well now.
for sure. We're not using it. Oh.
There you go. Let me down and get it out. How am I ever gonna get this new one in through here? Look, Scooter thinks I got a rat in here. He's like, any minute he'll drop the rat. Well, surely at some point it will come out of here, right?
Shirley. Who's Shirley?
I didn't say Shirley like you do. It's hung up on these wiring harnesses that it's like the main wiring harnesses. Oh, I hope I didn't rip my tater chip this time. There you go, guys. Look, it just goes in there and turns, and that's all it locks it in. And of course, this snaps in with a plastic clip. This snaps in with a plastic clip. It's got a plastic line. Come on, Ford. Get your act together. So now we have a area about this big that we got to fit this through. I got to somehow work it down under that master cylinder. I got to hold it down here.
Okay.
You want to get a little farther.
Hold on a minute. How's it?
I don't know. Well, that's past the steering shaft there.
It's not either.
On my end, goofball.
I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go.
Well, it definitely didn't go this way.
What?
This goes down first. You're supposed to feed it that way, like this.
You didn't tell me.
Well, I thought you knew.
Well, I thought it could still go that way.
I'm gonna start pulling on it.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm about to break something. I don't wanna mess it
Hold
up.
on, you're pulling too far. Okay, maybe you pull it a little bit. Why does it doesn't want to pull down that way? Hold on, I need a light. Does that help anything?
You need to go towards me.
It's right here on this inner fender.
Well, after a bunch of work with her wiggling on this end and me on the other end with channel locks, and a little bit of fussing, but no cussy slips,
No cussy slips.
we got it in there, I believe. We're just gonna put the rod on it now. I put it on top of that wire harness instead of underneath it because I just couldn't work with it underneath
Nowhere
it.
to go.
So hopefully that works as long as I can get the push rod on it. Well, now I'm going to replace the slave cylinder because I can't get the fitting off of it, and it's probably a good time to replace it anyway. It only has two 10mm bolts. Is all that holds it to this thing. Oh, surely I can get out of this bell housing right without having to cut this. Over here is in the way. I'm probably gonna have to cut it again, it looks like. She went to school too?
Yeah.
You have a good day?
Yeah.
Ready to put a transmission in?
I guess. Did you get it out?
Yeah,
Oh.
last night when you was in bed. You have a good day?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this with something different. I got in there and pushed on the clutch pedal and it doesn't move any. It's like hard as a rock.
With that new stuff?
I'm hoping that because it's full of fluid, maybe there's no air, so it doesn't have any give, and when we hook it up, it's gonna give. I sure hope it does, because it's scaring me.
You'll mess it up. Ooh.
There we go. So if you couldn't see it good in the earlier clips, this is what our problem was. This is a white plastic collar that you get this tool on, and it's supposed to just slide right down. But it still won't even slide down. All this in here was corroded to it, so that's why we had to cut the line, get this thing out. So we're just gonna put a new one on it. Man, look at that, like it's made for it, huh?
Hopefully it is.
So this has a new throwout bearing on it and everything. Everything in our clutch system is gonna be brand new. I guess it's flywheel time, and you know, they probably put a little bit of oil on this. I don't wanna get any oil on our surface. Make sure our clutch beds in correctly. I'm just gonna brake clean this thing up just a little bit. Can you pick it up?
Hold on.
It's super heavy. It's heavy, isn't it? That's called inertia. The old drag racers used to they build like special heavy flywheels. So they had all kinds, like when they're at the starting line with a bunch of RPM, it would have all this inertia to launch the car off the starting line.
It goes like down through the threads. I'm gonna give it a little bit. Dab.
Don't you wipe it on your clothes.
You got the thread stuff on?
Yeah.
Better not get it on your toes, they'll be stuck together.
Hyundai. Ow. Don't leave my ear.
That's what it's supposed to look like with all this friction material, and all that just flew away when Mom ripped his potato chip. What do you think?
It's very harsh.
But this has counterweights on it that swing out and put more pressure on it. This is supposed to have 90% more holding power. So this one's supposed to hold a lot more donkeys.
Will they hold Mama's donkeys?
It's them Crocs is what's done it. That's what did it, was the Crocs. Clearly.
Yeah.
Let's get in there and put it in. This alignment tool is the same as the input shaft on the transmission. So see, it goes in there just like the transmission input shaft. And if you do not line this thing up dead on, you'll never get the transmission back up there. Can you reach it and hold that for me till I get the clutch up there? It's just gonna fall out if I let go of it.
Lord.
You got this. Come on.
No.
Get your little hands up there. There you go. All right, you hold that, and I'm gonna come in with this big heavy pressure plate. I love the color.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, and I paid a lot
Do I
for it.
move my hands? Ow.
Oh, sorry about your fingers and all.
Did it move? When
I can still adjust it from
I
here.
was saying,
I just didn't want it to fall all the way down.
I'm so fancy. You already know. Why is that one more coarse threads?
Because it's the bolt that holds the clutch to it, right?
You gotta like get it.
Give me a dab there. Got it? Oh, you got some on there, okay. So this stops it from backing out on you.
Now I'll put on your shorts.
Sure. Why not? Rocky already does that to me. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's enough. That's enough for two. There you go. We're putting Loctite on all the bolts because this is not the kind of bolts you want coming loose. Because if it comes loose, then it sounds like Uncle Rodney's visiting again.
Are you looking for a bolt?
Well, I'm
Have you
missing.
lost a bolt?
I'm missing one clutch bolt. I mean, I've got the other
Imagine
5.
that. What'd you do? Just get out and throw it?
Well, it was the middle of the knot. That's such a weird setup. It looks like it would just fly apart, doesn't it?
Quit messing.
And it has 3 that don't have a counterweight, so they must not want that much weight on it, huh? Watch when I put pressure on it. You see what it's doing? Look, you see that?
Yeah.
It starts putting pressure on the clutch disc, and those teeth go in.
That's me.
Watch it sit.
Yeah.
It looks like the bottom of them alien ships when they're sucking the people
Oh,
in.
yeah.
It really does, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. And then, guys, all you do is pull this back out, and in theory, you should be lined up to drop your transmission there, Ralphie. What a weird setup, huh? Squeezy, are you worried about us getting this car done in time so we can make it to the car show? You like them car shows, don't you?
No, I don't.
Maybe they'll have the theme park open when we're there. I don't
Wait,
know.
we're going to a theme park one?
Yeah, Beach Bend. Well, we think we're ready to put the transmission in. We got Bad Daddy Braddy here.
No.
We're about to put the transmission in.
Craig. It should say Craig.
That's
This is
hilarious.
one of Josh's
All
old
right.
shirts.
All right, Daddy Braddy, let's go.
It's not Brad. I'm not Brad. I just have to wear the same shirt.
Brad.
I think that he might have broke your come along.
Yeah, I'm not letting him touch the come along again, that's for sure. You kind of balance it and I'll jack it up.
Okay.
You didn't know Dad was a transmission guy for like, I don't know.
Several years.
All right, Brad.
Craig.
Oh.
Well, people call me Brad every time I know you don't have his shirt on.
You see Dad at Ford Fest, call him Brad if you don't care.
No. No. I just happen to have a shirt on. I don't even pay attention.
I like the Big Daddy Brad.
Yeah, Big Daddy Braddy.
If my name was Brad, it'd be okay.
Bad Daddy Braddy.
Oh, looky there.
It's not in yet.
We're closer though.
All right, we need to jack it up. Can anybody reach the jack handle?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, go up. Doing good, Wawa.
Oh my
Keep going.
gosh.
It's gonna take a minute. Man, I shouldn't have had the tacos.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god. Dad. Dad.
I didn't do anything. I don't even have a pry bar. I'm not gonna do anything.
Dad.
We can get bolts in it right there.
Wawa, jack the jack up
Get,
just
get
barely.
in the center. A little bit more. That's about right for
Right,
now.
hold on.
Yeah, we can get some bolts in.
That bolt still can't reach.
Still can't.
Yeah, Bad Daddy Braddy. It can't reach.
If you're not Brad.
I don't think we're in the splines unless we're just the luckiest men alive. Let me get the drive shaft. Is it going? Is it
Yeah,
off?
it moved. Mine even was sideways.
Feels like it's stopping. I can't turn the drive shaft, so it seems like it's splined up
Yeah.
up there,
Hear that?
which is kind of incredible. So we got the 2 bottom bolts kind of started, but I still can't get the top. We're gonna have to get closer. It feels like we're splined up, which is incredible to me, considering, I mean, we just set it up there and it just went right in, but maybe it's not going in the pilot bearing good yet, you know?
It may not be lined up on that either.
So we know we're in the splines because the drive shaft won't turn. We've just got to get the pilot bearing lined up, I guess. Is the jack too high? Did that move?
Can't see
I think it went up, Brad.
Craig.
I mean, Dad, sorry.
Dad,
Sorry.
Craig.
I meant to
Dad.
say Dad, I said Brad.
Dad.
My,
Craig.
my mistake. Here, try your side, Brad. I mean, Dad.
Dad. Craig. Up above the starter, where you at?
I don't know. Just a bolt, a bell housing bolt. Dad, it's the circle around the back of the engine.
I'm just saying they're different lengths is all I'm trying to say. Okay, that one's in.
Good.
There's one more I can reach up here, you'll hand me one.
Your what hurts?
Mine, nothing hurts.
Maybe we can let it down now. I think that bushing just wore out on your side.
What? It's missing. I mean, yours has got that big thick pad.
Yeah, I probably need to buy one.
You can make some. Make one out of a big piece of
Yeah.
rubber matches than I have.
Out of your old underwear waistband, stack them up.
I don't think that would be an option.
Really? You're still using them?
What are y'all doing? This is not meant for 2 people.
Muscles.
Like a boy. Like a boy's buoy.
He just walks under the car like nothing.
We're gonna have this back together. I'm gonna give this thing a rip tonight.
You ain't driving it.
So we put some oil on our O-ring here, and we're gonna put this together. Now see, that's what that collar should have been doing last night. It should just snap right in there. Is it in? I guess that's in.
What?
That was simple.
I didn't hear it
Yeah.
click.
Well, yeah, I think I heard it click. I can't go in any farther with it. See, ours should have been like that.
Yeah, it was Jimmy jacked.
Here's the big question now. It still don't go down.
What?
We got a problem with the master cylinder.
What?
Why would that not go down? Pedal won't move an inch, nothing.
After all that.
Why would that be like that?
We need to Google it.
Possibility that push rod is not all the way engaged on there. It looks like it's possible. I didn't look at the old one beforehand, so I think it's on there, but maybe not on all the way. I'm hoping our push rod's just out of alignment.
Well, give it a plunge there.
Oh yeah, I'll try.
Figuring it out.
I think our push rod's just not snapped in all the way. All right, I just squeezed it with a pair of pliers. I think it's engaged now. Let me see if that helps anything. Somehow I'm gonna have to get out of here first. All right. Oh gosh, my hair's standing straight up.
Pretty much.
Oh, I hope this works now. Still nothing.
What?
The push rod was at a little bit of an angle because it wasn't clipped on out of the way. What is the deal? Try to push on the clutch pedal and see if anything moves.
Oh Lord, that's hard.
Don't do anything, right?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna crack the bleeder screw. You push down the clutch pedal some. That didn't affect anything, right?
No.
Take this line back loose. Alright, put a little pressure on the pedal.
Okay.
Let off of it. Alright, what about now? Does it push in?
No.
Hold on. Let off. Push it now. Alright. It went down, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's hydraulic pressure.
So there's too much fluid in it?
No, it's designed to not have to be bled. So we're not making a connection between the slave cylinder and the master cylinder is our problem. There's nowhere for that fluid to go. The fluid should be pushing into this slave cylinder and it's
something
not.
in there's Jimmy
So I
jack.
think we didn't have it snapped in all the way. I'm gonna try to reconnect it.
Looks like it just bottomed out as far as you could go with it.
Did that go farther? I heard it
I
that time.
heard it that time.
Yeah.
Try the pedal now, Ralphie. It's working. What does that teach us?
Don't let Mom drive.
That is one thing you need to learn here.
That is not a true statement.
But
That is not a true statement.
you can't compress a liquid. All that liquid in that line, there was no air, so you couldn't push the pedal down until we made a proper connection with the slave cylinder. So I just never had it hooked to the slave cylinder all the way in. I thought it snapped in, but it didn't. Science, son. Science. No response as usual. Yep, she's doing clutch things down here. All right, let's bleed it because our slave cylinder is new and it has no fluid in it. All right, hold it down, Ralphie. Ooh, you got on the camera.
That feels a lot different than what it was.
All right, now hold it down. The pedal go down in your nose.
Yeah.
All right, try it now. I think that's all the air. I mean, there's not much to the system. Huh?
Hey.
He's looking at me through the mirror.
He don't need to have that mirror.
I don't know.
It's literally so small. The
It has a
clutch
tiny little reservoir in it.
is like that big.
It's the same. It works the same way as a brake master cylinder. It's just tinier.
So it just gives it fluid or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got our pump here. We're pumping our, what is this? Synthetic ATF from Mobil 1, which is what all the forum guys are recommending.
Did a great job, Brad.
Bad Daddy Brad.
No, Brad is not the name. It's Craig.
What are you doing? Is you a good helper? You want this? See, that good.
So now we got our friction modifier. It's only supposed to have like 4 ounces of this, so we're just gonna guess at how many ounces is 4.
He's helping you. Did you find one more leaf? There's some right here.
She's really looking for them leaves, and she.
They love them. Do you love mom or dad more?
Here.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, let it down a little bit, Ralphie. Is that, oh, hold on.
Oh, there we go.
That's perfect, bud. Thank you. So we're tightening the filler neck. We'll get our old naily board out of here and get our tank straps on. I think we'll be almost done with the bottom. I think that's about it under here. So we got our drive shaft bolts in, both our drive shaft loops. Tank's all bolted back in. I like leaving the wires hanging down. Got all the bell housing bolts in, all the electronics, all the hydraulics. Starters back in. I think we're all together. Let's see if what we did worked. Pedal still feels a little funny when you first hit it. It worked! That ain't nothing. 2 solid days of work and $800 won't fix.
I'll tell you what, she's ready to go now.
Ready to go with me behind the wheel.
You gotta watch it in the driver's though.
That's the last time a Croc's gonna touch that clutch pedal.
No, it ain't either. Crocs is coming back.
I love how the ethanol smells.
Same, it's so
So now we just gotta road test it to Mari,
Oh, Lord.
and
Let Mom drive?
Don't let her
Do
drive.
not let Mom.
no. If she
Maybe I
if
should
she
take
drives it, she's wearing the
After
cloths.
Ford Fest, she can.
At least the back bumper is really shiny.
Shine as your forehead.
Here you go, Dad.
That's what didn't come
Here you go,
out.
Dad.
I know, it's dirty now.
I thought for sure you would just grab it.
Oh, I knew you.
I thought I would get you.
Stuck in the toilet.
I think you skimmed his hand, though. I think it was.
Oh, quit!
Look at that.
Hyena over there. Well, I think we're gonna call it a night. If we hurry, we can catch the end of Jeopardy. It's already dark outside. Dad might can make it to the bingo hall in time if we end it now.
I don't play bingo, sorry.
You know, the senior center, they got a bingo night.
No.
Dad's got to get down there. Somebody's looking for bad Daddy Bratty there. You know.
Name's not. Name's not. Don't go bingo, and that's not my name. Craig. Say it right. Remember, I raised you.
So we will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna get this thing out, give it a test rip. I'm gonna give it a test rip. Maybe we can do some more tuning. The tuna. He's the tuna. We play a basketball game called Almost, where I almost make it, he almost makes it.
Oh, I broke your legs.
Oh, look at that. I made a shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good morning. It's actually 2 days later because we had family come to visit and we had to take our time out for our family, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
So we're back on this thing this morning. Wawa's out there riding the dirt bike. We're gonna bolt this shifter back in and get all our console back together and give her a rip. Actually, really, we need to drive it and I guess break it in right, and then.
It said like a couple hundred miles.
I know, but I don't know if we're gonna make it that far. We're gonna make it a few miles at least. She got her helmet on.
Yeah, there's helmet on.
And then we gotta plug these guys in. You wanna put the shifter knob back on? I know you're a good shifter knob installer.
This is hard.
Is it?
It's kind of hard.
Hard for a baby? Put our Ashley in so Mom can ride.
What's
I
that?
still think that you need to just give me a good thank you for fixing.
Thanks for making
checking
me
your
upgrade
car.
my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably
What's wrong
right.
with it?
Okay,
Just
I
start.
think we're good to go now, right?
You got the keys, Dolly?
Here. Plug this little thing in.
Get her, Dolly. Get her.
Alright guys, let's see if it'll start up and run.
Oh, Lord. Don't choke me.
Feels good, the clutch feels fine. So we gotta get this thing out, put some miles on it, and get the clutch broke in before we give it a real rip. Clutch feels fine. I'll get it out in the road though and see, but it feels normal.
Okay, well, good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
a positive.
We only have 4 days before we have to like
Load it up.
load it up. So we had a fan send us this sticker. We're gonna put this on there, and we're pretty sure that's gonna fix any issues we had with the clutch. Don't you think?
Exactly.
This thing's gonna be stickered up like a NASCAR car. Putting this on here like a kindergartner. There you go. That's perfect.
Awesome.
That's gonna fix any issues we had up there. Hey, it's not breaking up anymore. Man, it's not stumbling like it did before. You can definitely tell the learning is working on this thing because it's running a lot better than what it was before. It's figuring out how to make it idle, make it drive. It's crazy what these things can do. So are you a certified tuner now?
Yes.
For Alfie tunes it, you don't have to worry about it. So we're basically just going to drive this thing around, make sure the clutch feels good, try to get the clutch bedded in, do a bunch of stop and go driving over the next few days to get ready for Ford Fest. Once we get the clutch bedded in, we'll make some pulls on it and see how our boost is looking, but we won't bore you with a bunch of stop and go driving. So it's definitely been 500 miles now. It's not only moments later. We're going to hit data log. We're going to try some boost. I unhooked the wastegate. I saw 12 pounds on my gauge. We'll go back and see what that looks like. That felt a lot stronger, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was in third. We probably should have done it like second or something, but it's running way better now. I want to put it on the dyno at Ford Fest. You know, quit behind your fingers. I'd like to do autocross, dyno, and do the drag strip. What's the oil pressure?
50.
Well, that was way more successful than I thought it was going to be. The Holley system has definitely learned a lot and running a lot better. So we'll look at these data logs and see if we're good to go. See how much boost we hit too. So on that pull, we didn't rev it all that hard. We hit about 4,000 RPM is all we were at. We hit 11 pounds of boost. I saw 12 on the gauge. I know that gauge is a little bit off. It reads a little high. And it did not ever level off on the boost. So our air fuels were pretty good there. We were in the 12s and we were only at 40% injector. So we can make more donkeys. Me and Walla are gonna make another pull here. We'll get down in a second. Data log. Ooh, that is way faster. I think we hit about 13 pounds right there. Yeah, it's way faster. We hit like 14 pounds of boost on the gauge up here. Does it feel pretty good to you?
Yeah.
It's got more power, doesn't it?
Well, I think it was a lot better than last time.
Yeah, I think we're going to be spot on our boost because I saw 14 on the gauge, which is probably about 13 in real life. We'll look at the data log in just a second. I can't believe Ralphie let you in the tuna seat.
That's right.
I love this part of it, like messing with it on the computer, which you can do basically all this. You can data log and everything from the handheld, but I just like doing it from the laptop.
It's fun.
Yeah, you can make changes on there and the car runs totally different. So here's the data log, and the boost never stopped gaining. So the only reason it stopped making boost is I let out of it. Okay, in second gear, we hit 12 pounds of boost. And in third gear, we hit 13. So I was dead on. It was 13 pounds, 13.1. And we revved it to 5,100 RPM there. But there is never a point where the boost levels off. So it's still gaining boost evenly. So I'd like to see where it's going to stop pulling. So I need to really make a pull to like 6,000 or something. Is this a flex fuel vehicle? Confirmed. At least we get to watch TV again, huh?
Oh, cool.
Filling up on race gas for $2.76 a gallon.
Cornbread right here in Tennessee.
While she was getting
She
hers.
was getting hers. I had this at first, so I was just sucking it down, and I just refilled it.
I don't think you're supposed to get refills. How do you guys always talk me into something when we go anywhere?
Well, you're like so easy to bribe.
To bribe? At least we got a full tank of racing fuel. Like $20 for a tank of racing fuel. We should be ready for Ford Fest now, huh? Feeling any faster, Ralphie?
Yeah.
Yeah, our manifold air temp is pretty high because we're going intercooled Man, it is pulling way harder now, isn't it? We gotta take it easy. We don't want to break this again before Ford Fest.
That would be terrible.
I feel like it's a good power level. Like, it's enough power to like set you back in your seat and be really fun without feeling like you're gonna crash it or it's like spinning all the time. It definitely would spin in first and second if I nailed it hard, I think. But and the boost comes on way quicker now that it's like the Holley's learning what to do. And it's tuned in way better now. If I give it like quarter throttle, it starts building boost now. It's fun there.
That's fun.
It's a lot faster, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Gosh almighty.
What was the air fuel?
Stayed at like 11.
Good. It's way faster. Ralphie says we pegged the gauge.
I'm pretty sure you pegged it.
It feels really good now.
It sounds super loud. Super loud.
Well, as you can tell, we got it done in time. We actually got it done a couple days early, and we've been driving it around, and it's a beast. I'm really surprised at how much better it's been running since the Holley's learning its stuff, but
You say it's a beast, but I've yet to get to drive it again.
Yeah.
I think I need to check it out and see about it.
if you're gonna drive it, you're gonna have to wear some flops, okay? All right, maybe you can autocross it or something at Ford Fest.
Oh, maybe.
That'd be cool. So we're gonna be leaving tomorrow to go to Ford Fest. So we got to get this thing ready to go, get all our stuff packed up. We will be making a video about this car going to Ford Fest. I really want to get it in the autocross. I want to drag race it a little bit, see what it runs, and I'd like to get on the dyno. That may be a lofty goal, but we're gonna try for it. So if you're at Ford Fest, you can come see us at the booth. We'll be there. Come out and check the event out. It's a great event. We've been to a few years now. Anything at Beach Bend's great.
Yeah,
it's a great place to go.
Super cool
But
place.
you know how we end them off. Come on, Ralphie. Can you get it? Look, where's
Oh, yeah.
Squeezy going? Look,
She's slinking
air at the
out.
top, remember? She's slinking out. Go for it. Oh,
Oh.
come on, bro.
Officially slinked out.
There
Got
you go. Good job.
Man, you did great on that one. Remember, drink your RC colas, pour one out for your homies, and don't let mom drive your car, okay?
I'm a great driver.
Just don't do it. If your wife's wearing Crocs, don't let her behind the wheel of your
Hey.
stick shift turbo car.
If your car can't hold up to the NASCAR way I drive, get you a different car.
This thing on the boost, it's been for the last day or so here. On the gauge, we're seeing about 15 pounds. I haven't looked at the last data logs, but 15 pounds of boost on this should be tickling high 400s to 500 horsepower at the crankshaft. So maybe we can get on the dyno and kind of confirm or deny those
It
numbers.
sure sounds good.
It pulls pretty hard for a big, heavy car. These things are high 3,000 pounds. There you go, Ryan. No, that's a good boy. Bourbon barbecue, that's the good stuff. Eventually, I'd like to intercool this thing, maybe turn the boost up even higher. Probably needs a bigger radiator at some point. What else does it need, Ralphie? Can you think of anything else?
Intercooler.
I just said intercooler, bro.
He wasn't
Cup
paying
holders.
attention. Oh, Squeezy said cup holders.
We might find some weak points this weekend at Ford Fest, but
Bet.
you can check us out on our second channel app.
Sleepy-Doo 2.
You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok app.
Sleepy-Doo 88.
Exactly. Merchandise down below. If you click on it, it'll take you to a bunch of different shirts and things that we have. It's not just the ones you see below. It'll take you to Spring's website.
We don't have a website. Don't go looking for it.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm glad we got it together. We had to buy a bunch more parts than we thought we were going to have to buy for this one, but we were able to get everything in time. Really, next day, everything.
That was pretty good.
It's a little bit harder to find parts for these weird cars. Everything I got's weird and hard to get parts for, but
That's true.
if it weren't for AutoZone having that Master Cylinder, we'd be in a bad shape because no one else had it. Thank you again for watching. We really appreciate it. I've said it before, I wake up every morning wondering how this is what I do for a living now. It's really a dream come true for me. I appreciate you guys allowing me to do that. You're what makes it possible. So thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for the super thanks, the super chat, buying merchandise, any of that stuff. We really appreciate it. Maybe we'll get to see you at Ford Fest. Let's go give Rocky some of his treats.
You should let me get my peepers over here. They haven't seen
Oh, your peepers.
Yeah, they haven't seen all my
Oh,
peepers.
we should get the peepers over here.
The peepers.
Let's do that.
So, Wawa's at basketball practice right now. So that's why she's not here. Peepers!
These guys.
Come on, Peepers! Come on!
She's like Cinderella over here. These guys. I love the one with the spiky feathers. All the Ralphie Juniors out here. You got them all trained, don't you? So let's go give Rocky his treats in Vaina. I didn't even get any RC Cola.
What?
Watch how she calls these goats in here in a second. They all come running to her. So funny. Look at Vaina over there. They come out of everywhere. They all love the storage truck, don't they? So we got some animal crackers in the fan mail, and Rocky's very excited about it. Give Rocky some. He's not tall enough to get over the top.
He's such a snob. He does not want his food off the ground. He wants you to hand
He
feed him.
won't eat them off the ground much, will he?
No.
I don't know why I even have all those technical books when I have Rocky, you know? All I need to do is ask him.
Just ask him.
She thinks I got it because I usually give it to her. There you go. Oh. Go slow. This is Squeezy's first time feeding her. She's aggressive.
That's good. Don't let her have it.
She's aggressive with it for sure. Granny still weren't running on one barrel over here. Her second barrel ain't kicked in a
You
while.
don't have to worry about her biting you.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about her. She ain't got no teeth. Does he prefer animal crackers or Vainas? Look, now Granny,
What
Since
is she
when?
doing? She's lost her mind.
Look.
Here.
well, she's taller than you. She can get to them. You can't hide them from her.
She can't even bite the weenie. Got
Granny.
one more. Who gets the last one?
Oh, look. Don't give it to her.
We'll get through a whole thing quick.
Quick, like one day, yeah. All the Rocky Juniors out here.
Bye. Who cut the cheese?
Can I get a bite out of you?
Bye.
What's with this hybrid footwear? Are you straddling the
Take a
fence?
gander.
Look,
Take a gander at those pretty toenails.
you're straddling the fence here. Are they flops? Are they Crocs?
These are my racing Crocs.
You're somewhere in the middle.
Racing Crocs right here.
I wonder if those will break a clutch.